The following is a presentation of TFNN. With Steve Rhodes. Call now, toll free at 1-877-927-6648 or internationally at 727-445-1044. The Trader's Edge. Now, Steve Rhodes.
Good afternoon from TFNN. Welcome to the July 31st. Terrific Tuesday edition of today's Trader's Edge Show. I'm your host, Stevie Perseverance Rhodes, who absolutely knows that each of us should always be pioneers of our future versus prisoners of our past. Hope everyone out there is having a great day. Let's make sure we have an extraordinary one. And, of course, the easiest way to do that is to always remember that life happens for us, not to us. That's right. When you and I make that one little 2x4 shift, means we can find the gift in every set of circumstance that life is going to toss at us. Today, you and I, we get to go check out the circumstance of these markets. We get to go figure out what the bulls and the bears, what the buyers and the sellers are communicating to you and I just past 1 o'clock in the afternoon. I want you to know that I'm absolutely grateful for your presence here, and more importantly, I'm here to serve you. So feel free to pick up that phone, dial on in 877-927-6648. If you can't dial in, we've got you covered. Let those fingers do the walking. Send me an email, steve@tfnn.com. Inside the subject heading, please put radio show question, and inside the Tigers Den. Well, any ping will do. So let's go ahead and get this show started on Turnaround Tuesday. Of course, this is Tiger Financial News Network. I'm Steve Rhodes. Welcome to Lush Show. Right now, the Dow up 173 points at 0.7% to the upside. S&P up 0.7 as well. That's $19.20. Trade out at 28.21. NASDAQ 100 up nearly 0.9, 61 points. Russell's up 1 2/10%. That's 20 points to the upside. Semis are up a little over 1.15% to the upside, 15 points. Trannies are up 1 6/10%. NASDAQ composite. So we've got mean in green across the board. Spot volatility index trading out at 1330, below its 50-day exponential moving average. Gold is up $3. Silver's up 2 pennies. Lights we crew back $1.25 lead. The charge the upside. It is Illumina. That's up $28 or nearly 10%. Med Pace Holdings up 31% or $14. Charter Communications up 4.5%, $13. Rooney's Harris Corp, $13. Trex Company, $13. WellCare, $13. Of course, I'm rounding a tad, but still about 13 buckaroonies. To the downside, 25%. 25% to the downside for IPG Photonics, $55. Chipotle off 6.5% or $30. Varonis Systems down $12. That's 16%. So you've got movers and shakers all over the place. Of course, I want to look at what you want to look at out there. The first request is if we could take a look at the healthcare sector and the Dow. So let's go in essence and do that. But first a message from our I'm just kidding. But first, what we really should do out here, what should we do? Let's take a look at what subscribers and I were looking at this morning. I think actually to do that, because the signals have changed. Because what's the benefit of Stevie's Black Box, Mastering Probability, Bob System, or just simply the newsletter specifically? And I'd have to say today's a perfect example of that. We were taking a look at, I only have 2 sets of eyes. It's why I created this Bob system. You're going to see just a small portion of it here in the very top section, because you would have thought that the way that futures were trading, that the markets were going to continue to move lower. Right? Wrong. If we took a look at market profiles, it suggested that futures weren't going to continue to move lower. Right? Wrong. The reason that's wrong is if you can take a look at the very bottom panel, I don't want you to take my word for it, but it shows Russell 2000, and it shows 4 different time frames. It shows the 1 hour, the 2 hour, the 5 hour, and then the daily. So we've got competing patterns here, but you can see on the first 3 intraday time frames, it said bottom, 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 bottom. Now, without having that set of eyes out there, that extra set of eyes being Bob, here's just a little bit larger version of it, so you can kind of take a look and see where we're at right now. Without that, I could have easily just gone through my normal routine and given bad information. I do not like giving bad information. So that's why I built this system out here. That's why subscribers get it for so many different instruments, so that they can understand, assess, and decide what type of action to take, because there is action to take. In fact, what we took a look at here was, let's take a look at, in essence, two of the indices that were just getting thrashed and trashed. In fact, if we just come and take a look at the daily equity futures contract out here. We looked at this yesterday, you and I. We saw a brand new market profile in the case of the ES Mini. It went right to the tick with regard to support. Support held. Inside the NASDAQ, the one to the right, panel number 2, it went down to support. The old, or not the old, but the current top of its daily profile. It didn't get down there to the tick, but it was close enough. It was like within 6 points or so. Inside the Dow equity futures contract, you'll see that a new profile formed. Bearish in structure, meaning the center line at 25,110 is closer to 25,176, yet price is above the box. It's actually a bullish message. And inside the case of the Russell 2000, you'll see that price was well below its daily profile. That spells potential trouble. And then if you take a look at the weekly time frame chart for the Russell 2000, earlier this morning it was trading below the bottom of its weekly bullish structured box out there. The other equity futures contracts don't really matter because price is above the top of their box. So intermediate term time frame remains bullish for those three. That would be the ESC Dow, the Dow YM, and the NASDAQ. The NQ. I know you say blasphemy out there, but it just simply, it is what it is. I cannot make this stuff up. I just simply have to go ahead and provide you with what the real data is. And that way you can better understand what the markets are doing or what they're not doing. So it was all those Rhodes momentum indicator signals coming from the Russell 2000 that said, okay, is it a bottom or not? Well, what I did just to make it a little bit easier for subscribers so that they could understand this was I just simply took this back into April and we took a look at the 5-hour time frame charts. What I want you to notice is the very bottom left-hand panel of the screen out there where you can see the Rhodes momentum indicator signals. The system automatically draws those black diagonal lines out there, and you can see the last two bottoms of significance, quite frankly, were formed with that pattern. Now, you'll see some red arrows there. It's a 5-hour chart. And in essence, over the course of a couple of days out there, in the last two instances, we saw price pull back and, in essence, test those Rhodes momentum indicator bottoms. Will it do it this time, too? In other words, you've got the bottom signal as we speak right now on the 5-hour time frame. It's confirmed and all. But that doesn't mean that over the course of the coming days, that price might not do as it did on April Fool's Day. Maybe it was April 2nd, as it did right around June 28th. And maybe it's going to do it this time as well. But yet these are important bottoms. So for those of you that wrote off the Russell 2000, I would say, something to think about. Now, what I suggested to clients this morning, because I was out of the office, was if you're going to go long, wait till the NQ gets above this level and then go long the Dow. So when we come back from this break, just as if it was by a miracle, the request was, can we go take a look at the Dow? Why did Stevie say that? Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back. I'm certain you are or strive to be one of the best at everything you do in life. It's the most common trait that we tigers and tigresses share. If you're looking to become the best of the best when it comes to managing your money, let me teach you to do what most wealth managers tell you can't be done, which is how to time the markets. I'm Steve Rhodes, author of Mastering Probability, and for the last 12 months, Timer Digest has been tracking my newsletter signals, which have earned me the ranking as their #1 market timer in the nation for the S&P 500 for the last 12, 6, and 3 months. Timer Digest also ranks me as the #1 market timer for gold as well. The fact is, markets can be timed, and I'll teach you the exact set of tools that I use that has transformed me into one of the best at what I do. Sign up for Mastering Probability today by clicking on the newsletter tab on the homepage of TFNN.com and get immediate access to workshops where I take you step by step how to use an extraordinary set of tools as well as provide great market calls too. Sign up today.
TFNN is excited about our new software charting program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts. In collaboration with Tom O'Brien and using his best-selling book, The Art of Timing the Trade, Your Ultimate Trading Mastery System, David White has programmed an outstanding piece of software that will complement any trader's methodology. Using this first-of-its-kind program, The Art of Timing the Trade Charts allows you to scan thousands of stocks for Fibonacci formation setups, including Gartley's, ABC's, butterflies, and much more. The Art of Timing the Trade Charts is designed to help you when scouring the markets for stocks just beginning to form the trading patterns that many investors spend days, weeks, or even months searching to find. And right now, we're offering licenses available at only $79 a month. We are so confident that you're going to love this new charting software that will even give you a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee. Don't miss out on this incredible new piece of software. Get your copy of The Art of Timing the Trade Charts today by visiting TFNN.com. The Path of Least Resistance, David White's daily market letter, gives you trade recommendations based on David's proprietary power law vector indicator that put the odds of success overwhelmingly in your favor. He'll give you the entry price, price target, and stop price for each stock and option trade. David combines his years of trading experience along with his background in technology and computing to offer his subscribers his take on the markets on a daily basis. Every trading day by 9:30, David publishes his morning issue of The Path of Least Resistance, along with updates sent out throughout the week whenever there is new actionable trading information. All new subscribers receive a 30-day, no questions asked money-back guarantee. To sign up for David White's daily trading newsletter right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find The Path of Least Resistance under Trading Newsletters.
Steve takes your phone calls now. Toll free at 1-877-927-6648. Internationally at 727-445-1044.
Welcome back, folks. So we're going to go in, take a look at the Dow. So we know that one of the indices that, well, we know that the ES Mini came down to support. The NQ came down to support. The Russell 2000 actually broke through support, but it made the type of bottoms. Instead of buying lows, you buy bottoms. It made the type of bottoming signals. So it's not unexpected to see the type of move that we've had. Now, in summary, we may come back down and test those lows again over the coming days. Could be many days. Could take 4 or 5 days before that occurs out there. That's still not. It's still not out of the question. But and take a look at the equity futures contracts this morning. What I suggested to subscribers is if they wanted to take a long position, they'll go ahead and do it inside of the Dow. Now, they may go ahead and close them out by the end of today's trading session. I'll just kind of watch the markets. But the reasons are as follows. Number one, during this most recent pullback, the Dow never, and I'm looking at the Dow equity futures contract, right? Because the Dow cash indice, if you're going to go ahead and make your trading decisions based on the index ETFs and the cash indices that are only trading for a limited number of hours, then caveat emptor. Is that how you say it out there? It doesn't make sense, folks, to use less information to make decisions that are really important to you. You don't have to trade the futures, but you do need to know the patterns that are inside of them. And if we take a look at Stevie's red-green line out here, I forgot to go and figure out that name again. What you can see is price had not violated that oscillator and change line. What that means is the green line says the price oscillator is above zero. There is nothing more bullish than a rising price oscillator above zero. Those are the conditions that we have right now. That was one of the reasons I said, hey, if you're going to take a long position, go ahead and do it inside the Dow. Number two, we had a brand new market profile that formed. Prices above the top. In essence, that would be resistance. Now it becomes new support out there. That's right around the 25,176 mark, I believe is the number out there. Don't quote me exactly. But so you're now above resistance, and did I say and there's still an unfinished A to B equals CD to the upside out here. So 25,912 is your 1-to-1 A to B equals CD. You're above resistance out here, and I recognize just like the Beatles said, you got to get a little help from your friends. The Dow will certainly need some help from its friends, the other futures contracts out there. I recognize that, but the Dow has held up the best. That was the reason to go into or take a look at taking a long position inside the Dow. Now, with regard to getting a little help from our friends out here. And my conservative traders might say, hey, that was a good trade for the day. I'm going to go ahead and take my cash and roll. I can understand that. Why? Well, because one of the friends that price needs to come get over, and when I mean get over, I mean get over it, is the top of its brand new TAS daily profile. 28.26, really 0.75 out there. The actual high today, 28.25. Again, we're not going to worry about 2 points, less than 2 points out there. So in essence, the ES Mini has fulfilled its move higher for the day. It's trading with insider range right now. The range is 28.26 and 27.98. We know that's the range. Doesn't mean that price can't take out that level and come to the end of the day, conservative trader would want to see the ES Mini closing above that level. Otherwise, we got a bunch of jostling out here inside the market. What else is the ES doing? And a reason to say, okay, maybe not so fast to the upside, Steve-O. It is because what the price did do, even though it didn't get to the top of the daily box out there, it got to Stevie's green line. It got to that oscillator unchanged line that acts as resistance when you are underneath it. Where did price stop yesterday? Stevie's OUL, Stevie's red line, his green line out there. Where has it stopped today? That's the fulfillment. Now, this doesn't mean that the markets are going to get trashed and thrashed to the downside. It just means that what took place so far today is prices run right up into resistance. What used to be support is now resistance. Closing over that level would be bullish. And if that were to occur, then you would want to stay in the long position inside of the Dow. And really, to a certain extent, for the any of the other equity futures contracts, I suppose, as well. But resistance has been hit. It's been hit inside the ES Mini in a couple of different ways. Has been hit inside the Russell 2000? No, it has not. It has not been hit. That would take you up into the 1685 to 1691 type level out there. So resistance hasn't been hit here. And you really do have to use several of the, you got to put the amalgamation, can I call it amalgamation, of these, let's take a look at the NQ, right? For the NQ also has, by the way, one of those Rhodes momentum indicator bottoms out here. It's on the 2-hour time frame. And so what does it got to do in order to say that I want higher price? Because you do have Apple coming out with earnings out here. At this stage, you can see that right now it's still nothing more than a counter trend rally. That's because Stevie's red line is actually red. It's above resistance. It's above the red line. It's above the top of the 2-hour box out here. But look, we cannot ignore this fairly large candle to the downside back from the trading day at 10 o'clock in the morning. That was on the trading day, it looks like, of July 29th. Don't beep at me. Don't beep at me. Don't give me that stuff. That was July 30th. So that was today's the 31st. That was yesterday. Hello? Yeah, I think I could figure that out with these being 2-hour bars out there. But no, I had to actually go look at the specific date. So what does all that mean? By the way, the other reason to go take a look at the Dow, I almost forgot the most important reason out there, but I didn't, is this. If you take a look at what the Dow is doing right now in yen, it has hit a brand new all-time high. So in world markets, at least with regard to the Dow, those folks, and that's big. It is big to get to new all-time high inside. Was it brand new all-time high? Yeah, it is in yen. Yeah, it is totally brand new all-time high for the Dow. Now, the Dow is that trophy. Okay, and so yen traders are like, okay, I'm in this. It's breaking above resistance out here. It's not done that yet inside of the using pound sterling, but it's really not bad. It's really back above a significant swing point. Not the case necessarily inside of the Dow in terms of euros, but it's really not too bad either. So the reason is because we're seeing momentum around the world. Anything that you trade, you want to see it on buyers' screens around the world, where especially if it is broken out, especially if you are a momentum trader. So those folks that are over in Tokyo right now, they're out drinking a little sake, having a little machi belly out there, and saying "Kompai." And that's what they're doing, just in case you wanted to know. Okay, there was also a request to go take a look at the XLV. Let's go take a look at the XLV. Let's do it in a little bit quicker order out here, because I probably just belabored the point just too much. So to take a look at the XLV, let's pull over Stevie's set of charts out here. Subscribers get this each day, so they know exactly where we're at, whether it's in wave count, whether it's Tom DeMark's system, whether it's Stevie's system. In this case here, the XLV just simply on a daily basis is bullish. Just simply, you've got a green oscillator on change line. You have a rising price oscillator above zero. You can see how it has been hugging that line over the course of the last four out of 5 trading sessions, 2, 4, 5 now out of 6 trading sessions out here. Clearly support. If we go take a look at some volume metrics with regard to the XLV, or we take a look at where is there resistance in the XLV, can I do it before the break? Hey, you're above the weekly profile. You're above the monthly profile. Looks like 90-60 next on deck for ticker symbol XLV, the healthcare sector for the S&P 500.
Investors search for new trading opportunities. We'd like to introduce you to a new product that provides opportunities even in flat markets. Nadex, the North American Derivatives Exchange, is a new and innovative Chicago-based exchange registered with the Commodity Futures Trading Commission, and unlike most other exchanges, Nadex allows you to trade directly through them with direct market access when using their trading platform. Nadex never charges a fee to use their platform, which even includes real-time charts and full customization capability. Nadex's unique short-term binary options allow traders and investors to capitalize on strategies even when the underlying markets are quiet. Nadex's innovation has allowed them to come up with a line of unique trading products that are unavailable anywhere else. See how it works at nadex.com. That's NADEX.com, or click on the Nadex banner on the front page of TFNN.com. Futures and options trading involves risk and may not be appropriate for all investors.
Many of our new listeners have heard about the Tiger's Den. The Tiger's Den is a lively community where professional traders and investors can meet, exchange ideas and information in a comfortable, moderated atmosphere. Hear all of the TFNN shows, plus see all of the charts as they happen live and have access to archives of all of those charts. You can test drive the Tiger's Den absolutely free for 30 days and greatly enrich your knowledge of these markets and how to make your money work for you. Details on the Tiger's Den are on the front page of TFNN.com.
David White's newsletter, The Technology Insider, is focused like a laser on finding the next big things in technology. If you had invested only $10,000 in Microsoft in 1986, you'd have been a millionaire by 2000. Disruptive technology like Microsoft's is the key to these massive long-term profits, and the Tech Insider is the vehicle from TFNN to capitalize on these opportunities. This is the go-to newsletter that identifies, monitors, and profits on mostly little-known cutting-edge companies with great long-term prospects. David's experience is as an inventor of Emmy-winning animation products for TV and Hollywood that propelled a company public. Match that with 14 years as a full-time trader, and he's uniquely qualified to guide you through the light-speed world of ever-evolving high-tech. If you're ready to ride the next big technology bull market for less than $40 per month, log on to TFNN.com and get your 2-week free trial to the Technology Insider. Get in on the ground floor of the next big thing today.
TigerTV is an exciting way to experience TFNN programming. See high-definition video giving you crystal clear charts, as well as seeing some of the faces of TFNN's highly acclaimed financial experts with crisp, full-fidelity sound. Catch Tom O'Brien, John Logan, Steve Rhodes, Basil Chapman, Larry Pesavento, Think or Swim, David White, Andy Hecht, and Daryl Martin in crystal clear, high-definition audio and video. Tiger TV, exclusively at TFNN.com. This segment is brought to you by Think or Swim. For more information, just click the Think or Swim banner on the front page of TFNN.com.
Welcome back, folks. Let's go to some of our questions that have come in. First one from Michael R. Michael writes in, Steve, where do you see Myland, MYL, going to? I plan on being in it for at least a few days, but see some resistance at the 38 to 40 area. Just as a side note, I used your Bob system this morning that indicated Myland had confirmed a Rhodes momentum indicator bottom. Looked good on my chart, so I took a long position early this morning, soon after the market opened. Thanks for all the good info. First, Mike, Congrats to you. Thanks for using the system the way that it most certainly is intended to. So, folks, what I did was I took the NASDAQ 100 and I did a sort for each of the stocks with inside it and identified which ones were showing that the bear market, again, directionally speaking, when I'm using the term bear, was over. And there were a number of them. And what Michael did was use that sort, went through, and took a look at Mylan. And what he was looking at there, that Rhodes momentum indicator signal, again, the same thing that you and I just looked at with regard to the Russell 2000. You start seeing this thing pop up on multiple time frames. You're like, okay, I know how to play that game of poker out there. That is like seeing that's like seeing the dealer's cards out there. And you get to go ahead and take your money off the table or put it on the table. How would you like to play, how'd you like to do that? In any event out here. So when we take a look at Mylan, you can see that price was moving lower, doing less relative energy. Actually, was coming back to a support line, a Tom DeMark support trend line. That's that red dash line as well. Price getting above Stevie's red line. Yesterday was a close above the top of the TAS profile. That's why it had showed us that the bear market inside of Mylan may be over. It's got all the signals. So now to answer your question specifically, first thing is you identified resistance between 38 and 40. Let's hone that in just a tad more, and let's use the figure of 37.75 to be exact, because 37.75 is the bottom of the weekly profile. So that is your resistance level. You're above the daily top of the box. We know we've got the bottoming signal that we like to see out there. And so there's your resistance level. Longer term, I know you said maybe just a few days. You may want to hold this more than just a few days out there, but I'm going to let you make the decisions because you've entered, you've got a trading style out there. I don't want to get in the middle of your trading style. I just want to be able to provide you with options, right? By letting Bob, by letting our black box system identify trade setups that you guys can consider, guys and gals out there. That's, to me, what it's really all about. So with regard to the reason why I say you may want to stick with this trade a little bit longer is because as the daily chart was forming that bottom, price on the monthly time frame was hitting the bottom of its bullish structured box at 35.28. So here's your resistance levels right now. 37.75, that's on a weekly chart. 38.64, that's on the monthly chart. Clearing those levels, you're on your way up to the 39.84, 41.94, and then 45.36 area. So nice trade inside of Mylan. You've got some options out there, and you'd really love to see it. Well, actually, the way it's trading right now looks pretty good. You got 3.6 million shares so far today. The last time price was up here, it had 2.6 million shares. So everything looks pretty good for Mylan. Congrats to you. Nice use of Bob's data out there. Another question comes in from Jeff L. Jeff, what's our opinion on Berkshire Hathaway, BRK, the B shares out there? So let's do a couple of different things out here. I'll get my other charts loaded up. Let's try it on here, BRK-B. At this stage of the game, this thing had a nice little sign of strength a couple of weeks ago, back on the trading day of July 18th. Your specific question is, what's your opinion on looking for an entry point? So an entry point on Berkshire, this chart I'm going to pull over does not have today's data in it. There's a delay going on. Why, I don't know. It'll pop up here eventually, but it may not be till this chart's off the screen. But the answer to your question is going to be 196.04. 196.04 is Stevie's. That's approximately what Stevie's oscillator unchanged line is. That's what I would be looking for, some type of a pullback to that level. When you get it, I don't know. But if you do get it, you know how this line works. It's a terrific tool. Doesn't mean I can't control where price goes to and whether it breaks through this or not. But if you're asking where's a good buy point, which you did, I would have to say 196.94 in lieu of any other information that we have. And we don't really have any other information. Now, you're going to get resistance perhaps at 204.12. So all the more reason to not buy it now at 198.28. 204.12, by the way, happens to be the top of its monthly profile out there. So it may be resistance for you. But that's what I would see in taking a look at Berkshire Hathaway. I don't know what your time frame is there, Jeff, but that's the answer. That's the best answer that I can provide to you. What else do we have? We don't have any other questions out there. So let's go surfing safari. What else do we want to go take a look at? What do we? I know what you want to take a look at. I know somebody out there. What did I do with that chart? I'll be son of a gun. Where did I put that thing? Is it back here? It is. There we go. I knew I could find it somewhere. Somebody out there is probably saying, you know, Steve-O, you didn't even talk about gold yesterday or the day before. That's because it was Sunday. And I think you mean Friday. So you're probably wondering, what's Steve-O thinking about gold, aren't you? I know. Somebody out there is thinking that. You know, we took a look at the Russell 2000. We looked at that 5-hour chart. We looked at the bottom signals that were forming there. And I'll show you this chart here. Take a look at the last 3 times that gold formed a bottom of significance. What do you see out there, my friend? Yep. You see the Stevie, Rhodes Momentum Indicator bottom signal. And that's what we have going on as we speak right now with regard to gold. Will the 4th time be a charm as well out there? Lucky Charms. Hey, not a bad cereal when we were a kid, right? What did you like? Did you like the, what were they? There were the green clovers. There were the red. What was the red one? What was the red? Was it Red Hearts? Probably Red Hearts. Green clovers. Was there a yellow color out there? What were the colors? Somebody out there must know. Did you even eat the cereal, or were you like me and just ate those marshmallows? And that is nothing like starting off your day with some Lucky Charms out here. So in the case of Goldilocks, it's got its Lucky Charms, I believe, showing us that it wants to bottom. However, you and I know better. You and I know that in order for Goldilocks to, in essence, get its mojo, what it's got to do is it's got to be moving higher in all of the major currencies out here. And you can guess I'm actually looking for that chart. Where the Sam heck did I put it? I probably just skipped right over it. I'll do this a little slower. That way there's no sleight of hand. Here we go. Indexes gold. Where did I just see it? Indexes gold daily. There we go. You know, you got gold moving higher, just like the Dow in terms of yen. You'd like to see an ounce of gold and yen close above 137,035. That would be nice. Got a nice key reversal, gold in pound sterling. We'll be right back.
Are China A-shares hot or not? If you trade China A-shares, now may be time to take a closer look. Trade CHAU or CHAD, Directions Daily CSI 300 China A-share Bull and Bear ETFs. China A-shares in either direction. Visit directioninvestments.com today. An investor should consider the investment objectives, risks, charges, and expenses of the Direction shares carefully before investing. The prospectus and summary prospectus contain this and other information about Direction shares. To obtain a prospectus or summary prospectus, please contact Direction shares at 866-476-7523. The prospectus or summary prospectus should be read carefully before investing. An investment in the funds is subject to risk, including the possible loss of principal. The funds are designed to be utilized only by sophisticated investors such as traders and active investors. Distributor Foreside Fund Services, LLC. The Taz Profile Scanner Plus, developed by John Logan and his team, is a standalone piece of software that can change the way you trade. Let the Taz Profile Scanner work for you by scanning over 5,000 financial instruments such as stocks, ETFs, commodities, futures, and Forex. Right now, you can get a 30-day free trial to the Taz Profile Scanner Plus right at TFNN.com. And when you sign up, you gain instant access to John Logan's Logan's most recent webinar, How Price, Volume, and Time Make Market Profiles So Unique. This hour-long webinar with John Logan will walk you through the most powerful features of the scanner and how you can use it to become a more successful and profitable trader. You pay absolutely nothing for 30 days while you try out this software risk-free. For more information on the TAS Profile Scanner and to get your 30-day free trial today, visit the front page of TFNN.com. No matter what kind of trader you are, 2018 is a great time to try out a subscription to Tom O'Brien's Gold Report. Whether you just plan on diversifying your portfolio with some exposure to gold and gold mining equities, or you're a gold bull that sees 2018 as the year of commodities, now is a great time to sign up for the Gold Report. Tom O'Brien publishes his Gold Report every Monday morning before the market opens and covers a variety of topics including gold, silver, platinum, copper, the XAU and HUI, the dollar, bonds, South African rand, as well as more than 20 of the most actively traded mining equities. Start your 2018 off with a bang and sign up for the Gold Report today. The Gold Report is a long-term newsletter where the focus is on building real wealth through the management of a successful portfolio of gold stocks. For all the details and to start your subscription right now, visit the front page of TFNN.com and you'll find the Gold Report under Investment Newsletters.
Don't forget, you can listen to TFNN live on your mobile device 24 hours per day. Go to TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV. That's TFNN.com, then hit Watch Tiger TV for the latest market information.
Welcome back, folks. So just before we were going back to the breakout there, we were taking a look at gold priced in pounds. That's in the very right-hand panel of my chart. We can see that so far today it's been a key reversal. That means that when people use the term key reversal, oftentimes it's misused. Let me give you Stevie's definition of a key reversal day. It needs three different things. Number one, the market must be stretched. If you take a look at gold priced in pounds, unquestionably we can see that the market has been stretched. It's been going down since June the 14th. Today's July 31st. So, okay, it's stretched out there. Number two, you need to exceed the prior day's high and low. We can see that that has occurred. And you need to close at least one pip, one tick, one something, one penny in the opposite direction. That would mean a green bar today out here. So we have that as we speak at 1:43 in the afternoon. In the case of gold priced in yen, what you can see is price is trying to, as Tom likes to call it, back inside the range. I'm just using a prior swing point. In essence, that's my version of inside the range. Can it get back above old support, what should have been old support, that now is resistance? That's why I suggested 137,000 or so in yen. In terms of euros, it's also a key reversal. The high and low has been exceeded. Price, so you've got a key reversal there. Now, in the case of pounds, by the way, you'd like to see gold, an ounce of gold, get above 936.50. In terms of euros, you'd see it's already above the 1041, so that's a possibility. And gold, we know gold in dollars has got that that beautiful potential bottoming pattern. Not saying go rush out and buy it, okay, because we don't really have the overall type of confirmation. But what it's going to take, if gold is going to have some type of rally, counter trend, otherwise, bottom, whatever it is that you want to call it just needs to be moving higher in these three currencies, these other three currencies out there. You don't want to see buyers in the U.S. and sellers in Japan, or buyers in the U.S., sellers in London, or buyers in the U.S. and sellers in Italy, as an example out there. It's just not good. You will become frustrated out there. And there was a statement by one of our extraordinary traders inside the den, and taking a look at the correlation between the Chinese yuan and gold, and what I've been able to do up here, because I'm not sure which version of the correlation, doesn't really matter. In this case here, you can see the Chinese yuan. That's panel number 2, by the way. Right now, 680. per one U.S. dollar. So you can see how it has weakened dramatically. Now it's weakened dramatically. One would say this is one way. If you are the manager of China, so to speak, if you know what I mean, out there, and there's threats that your trade is going to get hindered. And there's talks of tariffs, and you and I started talking about this a long time ago. Eventually, the media's kind of caught up to it. But the reality is, it's never about tariffs. Okay, I'll restate that. It is never about tariffs. Tariff schmariff. Who the heck really cares? Are you kidding me? Trade war? Tariffs? Come on. You've got currencies that are floating all over the place. And everybody accuses everybody of manipulating the currencies, right? Because everybody does manipulate the currencies. If you can manipulate the currencies. The whole point is, that's what just took a look at gold in euros, that if gold's moving higher in euros, you want to buy it. Right? But if gold is moving lower in euros because of your currency, you're not a buyer of it. You're just not. You'd be, hey, Joe calls you from the U.S., buy gold, and you're looking at gold in your currency and saying, I'll tell you what, you buy it in my currency, all you want. I'll sell all you want in my currency, right? So in the case of the so-called trade war out here, you just simply go ahead and inflate your currency. You weaken it, so to speak, and that's exactly what is going on at a pretty significant rate out there. Our man Z thinks that maybe the Chinese yuan has topped today. Maybe that's the case. I don't have this in my other charts out there. I'll see if I can get that in there. It would be easier to take a look where Stevie's red line as an example. I do see yesterday was a little shooting star candle. Today maybe the same out here. Not good enough for me because the candles are so small to suggest that it's a bottom. But what you can see here is you can see the inverse relationship when we take a look at the correlation between the Chinese yuan and gold out here. So the reason why, for me, I believe that we pay attention to those other currencies is because of the currency restrictions you actually have in China, whereas you, in one sense or another, you really don't have those currency restrictions over in London, over in Europe, over in Japan, so to speak, out there. But we won't get into the weeds on that one out there. So gold does look like it is. We know that it wants to form a bottom. We just know that. You know that. I know that, because you and I are never going to be head faked in a market where we have a system that's able to measure the emotion of the market. You'd never want to somebody say, I want a black box system so I can get rid of the emotion. Baloney out there. You want the emotion of a market. You just want to be able to figure out and find the pattern that allows you to identify the emotion of the markets, up at tops, up as bottom. It's going to show you every bottom and every top. No, for goodness sakes. But like at days like today, you got gold and you recognize, you say, hey, does this pattern really work? I don't know. You be the judge of it. I'm already the judge of it. I already know that it works. I know that I kind of stumbled upon it. When I say stumbled upon it, I had to really work really hard to figure it out, but it wasn't initially what I was looking at. That's called the scotoma, by the way. And we all have scotomas. Bulls have scotomas. Bears have scotomas. We all end up looking at the same thing, and we do it forever and ever. And you've got to look at things differently out there. I was always accused of somebody that looked at things differently as if that was a bad thing. I don't know. I think if you trade these markets, you better be able to look at things differently. You've got to know where your support and resistance is. Just as simple as that. Okay, I need to get off of that stool and go take a look at something else out here. So what else is it we should go take a look at? Should we go look at things that are moving? I know. I should at least look at my, in case somebody wrote in and emailed me something and wants to know something, I should go look. Okay, I don't see anything there. So let's go take a look at a couple things moving to the, I was sent to the vice principal's office. It was the 6th grade, though, Mr. Z. It wasn't elementary school when we went there. It wasn't just grades 1 through 6, I think. 1 through 6. And then I think I was there in 7th grade too. They tried to throw me out of school because of what I was wearing. Now I don't want to I don't want to open up that can of worms. But you really know who your parents are when they come to your defense and they say, "You got to be kidding me." Well, I was sitting there in front of that principal. You mean to tell me you're going to censor what my child is wearing? Are you kidding me? Is she, my mother, rest in peace out there. Yeah, she was fuming. Fuming. Steve Rhodes with TFNN. We'll be right back.
Today, it's hard to tell if the economy is coming or going. Regardless, I want my money going in the direction I choose. If that's your stance as well, then you want to know how Everbank can help keep your money thriving just the way you want. Is growing your money a priority? Everbank is committed to a yield pledge promise to pay high yields on your checking, money market, and CD balances. Looking to diversify? Everbank ingeniously developed accessible ways to spread your money around the world into foreign currencies and even non-FDIC insured metals. And when it comes to your wealth, they bring a highly experienced and global perspective to help you manage it. Everbank's financial philosophy flies in the face of the status quo. They believe your money's performance should not be determined by today's economic circumstances, but by the drive to rise above them and create opportunities that favor your objectives. If that excites you, like it does me, call 1-855-750-4051 to find out what they can do for you. That's 1-855-750-4051. Call them today. Everbank is a member FDIC and equal housing lender. Hi folks, Tom O'Brien here. If you'd like to get my daily newsletter, Market Insights, then now is a great time to sign up for a 30-day free trial. Every morning by 9:30, I send out my morning letter to subscribers with market commentary on a variety of markets, currencies, and commodities to keep investors up to date on the day's trading action. Included in Market Insights are specific buy and sell recommendations for stocks, ETFs, and even options, with stops and price targets included for every trade in my newsletter. If you'd like to try my newsletter risk-free for 30 days, then head over to the front page of TFNN and you'll find Market Insights under Trading Newsletters. I use my years of trading experience to bisect and dissect the market every morning and give my subscribers the most important information they need to know for the day ahead. I even issue afternoon updates for my subscribers whenever warranted with important market action. I'm always scouring the market for the next great trading opportunity. Sign up for your 30-day free trial to my daily newsletter, Market Insights, today by visiting the front page of TFNN.com. Wow! Go get 'em, folks.
TFNN has put together the finest programming lineup each trading day, featuring some of the most knowledgeable and respected financial minds in the nation to educate traders and investors. On Mondays, Wednesdays, and Fridays, we broadcast 8 hours a day, starting at 9 a.m. as Larry Pesavento kicks us off with Trade What You See. Tuesdays and Thursdays, we broadcast 11 hours. Get an early and healthy start to your day as Nico and Paige bring you Living a Primal Lifestyle. Then catch Andy Hecht at 5 p.m. with the Commodities Hour, following the Tom O'Brien Show. Swim lessons from TD Ameritrade Thinkorswim is now at 11 a.m., followed by Basil Chapman at 12 noon. See the TFNN program lineup via the link on the front page of TFNN.com to get a complete overview of our TFNN shows and hosts. And keep TFNN's TigerTV tuned in on your mobile device, PC, or Mac for the latest financial news and information throughout the broadcasting day. TFNN.com, educating investors.
This is David White. Stay tuned because coming up next is the Power Trading Hour right here on TFNN.
Welcome back, folks. I don't want to. I was a good student, an A student, through school, through all school for the most part. And that didn't mean I didn't get a B or something like that. That didn't mean I didn't. But and when as a kid going to school, it was all about wearing T-shirts, and I had a lot of T-shirts. I had a collection. Many of you may have collected baseball cards and and album covers and stuff like that, and I did both those too. But I had a collection, a beautiful collection of T-shirts. It's probably why I ended up getting in the T-shirt business in my teens out there. When I was in Detroit, we used to do all the T-shirts for, well, at that stage, all the Kmarts, all the radio station. What was it? WWWW. So all the rock bands that came to Pine Knob and Cobo Hall and all that type of stuff out there. It was really pretty cool. So I had a bunch of shirts, all with great themes, nothing offensive, that's for sure. But the principal of the school, took exception to my T-shirt collection and wouldn't let me back into school, no matter how much of a fight my mom put up, unless I stopped wearing a certain set of themed shirts out there. In any event, hey, what's Apple going to do today? I know they're coming out with their earnings after the bell. I wish I had a good clue for you, but I don't. All that I can share with you is there's a brand new box that formed yesterday. It is held as support. That's 190.20, resistance 194.04. I can't get a really good feel in taking a look at the Apple chart, the Apple cart out here. It's above weekly and monthly profiles, so there's no resistance out here. As far as waves to the upside are concerned, made wave number 5. It's below Stevie's green line, still above support, so it's kind of like in the middle. Maybe Apple has kind of a muted reaction after the bell, but I know somebody who knows. And he's coming up next, and that is your favorite polar bear in mine. He probably can tell you what option makers think Apple is going to do, and therefore I'm going to leave it up to him. Folks, thanks so much for being here. Hope I helped you out today. Hey, if you get a chance, come on over to the homepage of TFNN.com. Check out Mastering Probability for the next 30 days. Money back guarantee. Doesn't get better than that. Thanks so much for being here. We'll see you on Wonderful Wednesday.
Larry Pesavento has just started his brand new service, Fibonacci 24/7, and he's already delivering content to his subscribers on a daily basis when the market's opened and even on weekends. Each Monday, you'll receive Larry's written report that provides detailed commentary and a summary on the charts and videos that Larry sends out. And throughout the week, when warranted, Larry will send out via charts or videos or both the key markets that he is watching during the day. This will be up-to-the-date, active trading information that will help you in your daily trading. In Larry's first week alone, he sent out 25 charts, 6 videos, and a full report to his subscribers in just 1 week. If you're a technical trader that uses patterns and retracements to trade, then Larry's service Fibonacci 24/7 is something that you must try. Right now, new subscribers can get a full 30-day money-back guarantee. With nothing to risk, sign up now to Larry Pesavento's Fibonacci 24/7 by visiting the front page of TFNN.com under Trading Newsletters.